Hi there, this is Clint Dickerson with Windwalker Underground Gallery and Music School in the beautiful Charlotte, Michigan. This is our first video in the series of how to, and we're going to show you how to tune a guitar today properly. So there are different ways to tune a guitar. The old school way back in the day was with a pitch pipe, and it would give you the pitch, and then you would tune it manually with your ear. You would try to create the same sound using that pitch pipe. That can be very difficult, especially for starters, for people that don't necessarily hear music very well at first. That can be a very difficult way of tuning. So we're going to talk about more modern ways of tuning. The biggest one is using a tuner. Now, there's different tuners out there. There's the chromatic tuner. There's the kind you have to plug into your guitar. Those are very good. Both of them, chromatic tuners work great on stage. This is the type of tuner that I enjoy using. It clips onto the top of your guitar like this, and you click a button and it'll light up and it'll tell you what string you're on. Okay, so for example, I hit this string and it's showing E on here, so that's the string I want. Now on most tuners, if you have it, if there's a little bar that goes this way or a light, nowadays there's a light, so what you want is you want either that bar or that light smack dab in the middle. So if, let's say I hit my E string and it's not quite to the middle, I would tighten this little nut here, tuning key, just a little bit until I watched my light go into the middle. Now my string is nice and tuned. Or if it was too sharp and it was past the middle, you would just release it, loosen it, until you get it to the middle. And that's how you tune each string. Now remember, our string names are E, A, D, G, B, E. So we're going to tune our guitar strings to E, A, D, G, B, E. So if you hit a string, make sure that that letter is matching what you want. You might hit this, and if it's way out of tune, it might say a C. Well, what do you do there? Well, in that case, if the letter is before the letter you want, that means you have to tighten. C, D, E. If the letter, let's say the letter was F, well, then if the letter is past the letter you want, you would loosen until you get to the E that you're looking for. And then again, once you find the letter you're looking for, you want that line or that laser or that dot or whatever it's using to be in the middle. Okay? All right. Another method that you can use in a pinch is you're playing your guitar on stage and you notice one of your guitar strings is out. Okay? Well, you can use the 7th frets and the 5th frets to be able to tune itself. So if you got an E, if I hit my open E, the string underneath it, my A string, I can go to my 7th fret, and they should be the same note. So if this string here was way out of tune, that don't sound right, does it? Bring it down. Still not good. Now it sounds like the same note. And how you can check is if you hit both strings at the same time, it should just sound like one note. I can't even tell that there's two notes there. Okay, and you can go all the way down to A, to D. This is freshly tuned, so it should be pretty good. A, D, and G. Now when you get to the B string is always one off. So when you get down to the B string, you have to go from the 7th fret to the 8th fret. That matches, and now you go back to the 7th fret to end out on the bottom. So what you're doing, just to recap that, is you're playing the string underneath it on the 7th fret. So whatever string you're hitting open, the string underneath it is on the 7th. Till you get to that pesky B string, and you got to go to the 8th, and then you go back to the 7th. Okay. You can also reverse that and go to the 5th fret. So you can hit the top string and right, on the 5th fret and the open string under it. Now, I never ever recommend putting your hand over top of the guitar. Your hand should always come under here. But I'm doing this to show you what I'm hitting, because sometimes with your hand in the way, it's hard to see. So I'm hitting the 5th fret on the top, and the string underneath it should match. Those both matches A's. I go down underneath, I hit this string on the 5th, the string underneath it should match. D, D. If I hit them together, they sound the same, so they're in tune. Same thing, if I go down to the G string or the D string and hit the 5th, the G string underneath it should be the same note. Now, we got that pesky B string coming. So on the G string, we have to move back one to accommodate for the B string. So on the G string, we go to the 4th fret. They match. And for the last one, we round out on the B string and the E string of the 5th. All right, so we have a way to check on the 7th. We have a way to check on the 5th. And between that and a tuner, we should be pretty good in tune. Now, I always recommend using a tuner if you're playing a show or if you're playing with fellow bandmates, because this is going to get you the closest to being in tune. If you're just playing around the house and you've got a string that sounds out, you can tune it to itself. But a tuner like this, it costs about 15 bucks, is going to be your best friend. Now, let's say you don't have 15 bucks. What can you do? Well, YouTube does have a tuner on it, and so does you go to your Google App Store, and you can get a tuner on a smartphone as well. So you can download those for free. But keep in mind, those type of tuners, if there's background noise, let's say your kid is running around or the TV's on, that's going to pick those noises up. If I use my clip-on, it's creating off the vibration off the wood, so therefore the background noises does not affect my tuning as much, unless it's super, super loud, then it can. But if it's just somebody talking or like TV or whatever, it doesn't really affect that. So I always recommend a clip-on tuner, but you can also get a chromatic tuner. You can get like a little handheld chromatic. You can get a floor chromatic. You can get anything really, but that's how you tune a guitar, and you're tuning it to E, A, D, G, B, E. All right, so thank you for watching our first 2 how-to video. Stay tuned for more to come. My name is Clint Dickerson. I'm the guitar teacher at Windwalker Underground Gallery and Music School in beautiful Charlotte, Michigan. Have a wonderful day.